Morning, everyone. Please stand for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on our agenda, we're going to the August 5th minutes. We're going to be delayed till next meeting, but we can approve the executive session on the 15th.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
We want to amend the agenda. I'll make a motion that we amend the agenda. Veritas Group agreement will not be on today's, and in place of that, Max has other
Okay,
items.
all right.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
All right. Very good. First on the agenda then is legal issues.
Speak up if you're not hearing us
Oh.
back.
First on the agenda is legal issues.
Okay, the first thing are acceptance of performance bonds for Peabody Farms section, Peabody Farms East, sections 1 and 2. These are for storm drains totaling $1,067,254.65.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
The second is to ratify an agreement with the IEDC, between the IEDC and the Sheriff's Office. This is for SRT training. It all arose very quickly just after your last meeting. I got a call from Scott Alexander that the Sheriff's SRT team had reached out to see if they could train in one of the vacant houses that IEDC owns out by Lilly. They agreed to it. They just wanted them to sign a license agreement. I reviewed it, and Donnie signed it, and then the sheriff signed it. The training has actually already occurred. It was last Wednesday, so it all happened very quickly. So I would just ask you to ratify the training activity license agreement between the Commissioner and Sheriff's Office and the IDC.
Move to ratify.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thirdly, and lastly, is a letter to Scott Walker that I believe you all reviewed and approved and sent last Thursday, August 15th, regarding his services performed with the county to date.
Move to ratify.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
And I believe that's all I have for legal issues.
All right. All right, moving on to Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Hi, I'm Stacy McLean, and I am requesting authorization for a meaningful initiative that will raise awareness for childhood cancer during the month of September. I am proposing that county properties be illuminated in yellow through the month and that signs be displayed at the courthouse to support the cause. Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is observed annually in September. It's a time to honor and remember children and families affected by these diseases and to support those who continue to fight. I am a mother of a childhood cancer survivor, so this is very important to me, so this is why I'm here. By lighting county properties in yellow and displaying signs prominently on the courthouse lawn, Boone County can visibly demonstrate its commitment to support children and families impacted by cancer. I kindly request that the county commissioners consider to approve this initiative for the upcoming September.
Questions?
I,
Did this last year. And she has signs that display.
Yes, I have signs done.
so Max Mendenhall in the white hat over here is our facilities
Okay,
chair, and so I would make a motion that we allow her to work with Max to take care of this.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
thank you.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Art Council of Indianapolis.
Did you review that? Yeah, I think she just needs the agreement
Yes.
approved, as long as you're good with it.
Yeah, so Molly sent the Arts Council of Indianapolis Inc. grant agreement matching funds for excuse me, an initiative with utilizing ready funds. I've reviewed the sample. It is fine, standard as far as I'm concerned. It has not yet been finalized, but they wanted to, once they get it finalized and insert the amount, have you guys authorize it for Donnie's signature. I believe there's a pretty quick turnaround on those.
Yeah, so this is for the Ready Grant 180 in color, which are the public art murals that they have worked with several of our towns to get approved. So it's been a bit of a struggle. I think we're, 18 months at least out from initial. So it's taken some time for them to get this all together. But this is something that they just need to have approval for Donnie to sign on behalf of the board once they get the final numbers. So I would make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Max, you're up.
Morning. I have two purchase, or I guess quotes to be signed. Both of these are going to be with our ARP funds. The first one is with Jackson Systems. It's the controls update for this building and the courthouse. Total on that one is $108,500.
Any questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Second one I have is with Reynolds Equipment. It'll be for the tractor that we'll be using for out of the jail and trail maintenance. That is tractor and equipment for $125 even.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, Nick, you're next on the agenda for Bridge 401.
Nick Barr, Boone County Highway. First one is for Bridge 401's Kidman Horn agreement for the design phase services, the replacement of the bridge on 300 South, just east of Huddersfield Lane. It's federally funded project. We were awarded back in March, April timeframe. The replacement of this bridge over Jackson Run. Requesting execution of this is the NDOT, or it's on the NDOT boilerplate agreement with us and Kidman Horn, and then we would get a reimbursement agreement from NDOT for 80% of the total cost that we would incur. They would reimburse us as the project progresses.
Questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
The next item I had that was on the agenda here was a memorandum of understanding with Whitestown. It's very similar to the next item, which is the MOU with Zionsville. We had been doing rejuvenator projects for the last couple of years, and the town of Zionsville and Whitestown have also wanted to do or have been doing rejuvenator projects, and in an effort to reduce all of our costs, reduce the mobilization and demobilization expenses and the per square yard cost to put the material down. We wanted to combine our efforts to lead a project, and they would be paying for the cost on their roads, we'd be paying for the cost on our roads, but we would be able to let it as one project. And in order to do that, we learned that we needed to do an MOU with those two towns individually. They have both signed their MOUs. Zionsville's we have fully executed. We just need signature on Boone County side. Whitestown, they've agreed to it, but it runs through a DocuSign process to get all the signatures, and we don't have their signed agreement yet, but they have agreed to it. So seeking your guys' approval to move forward with that, those MOUs, and that way we can make like the project yet this fall.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
On the Whitestown agreement, may have to get them stamped when we get their fully executed agreement because it runs through a process of getting all their signatures, and then we could have one fully executed agreement, so we can just get Kaylee to get that after the fact. The next one is a countywide bridge inspection. This is a 4-year cycle. We're required to do, federally required to inspect all of our bridges every 2 years. The ones that are having an item in poor condition have to be inspected every year. And NDOT has this set up for us, for all counties in the state to do a 4-year cycle. Our 4-year cycle ends, this is the 4th inspection, will happen in September, so next month. On the previous agreement, we have to go through the selection process and consultant, and it was selected to be VS, was the highest scoring firm, which is who currently is doing our inspections. We've gone through the steps to get to this draft agreement. It's on boilerplate language, again, NDOT's forms, and then we will get a reimbursement agreement with NDOT that will pay 80% of the costs. So this will be over the next 4 years, so 25 through 28 inspection cycle years. We'll only pay the invoices for the work that is completed. We've had included on the agreement some interim inspections. If we replace a bridge, we also have to have an initial inspection, so those are included also. So additional inspections have been added, so we don't have to go back and do a supplemental in the future.
Questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Mr. Nielsen?
Morning, Commissioners. Mike Nielsen, Project Manager. Just a quick couple updates on the projects I'm working on. We'll start off with the Justice Center. We conducted our owner, architect, contractor meeting number 78 last week. The project is rapidly approaching the 80% completion mark, which is unbelievably on schedule and on budget. We're 108 days without a recordable safety incident at this point. Hagerman's continuing to push PPE gear because it's been lax because of it's starting to look like offices now, so it doesn't feel like a construction site. So they're pushing PPE gear really hard, and if you haven't been out there, they're continuing with almost 150 contractors on site on a daily basis. There's a massive cleanup right now that they're working on cleaning up the inside and outside of any construction materials as well. To get ready for opening here in a few months. Just a couple issues. Max has ordered the appropriate 6-inch check valve that we were talking about. He's going to get that installed once that arrives. That should alleviate any backflow issues of the existing pumps that the water comes back into the building on. We did have one other issue that came up last week with Lebanon Fire Department on a walkthrough. We found out that the FDC, which is a fire department connection site, is more than 100 feet away from the closest fire hydrant. It's actually about 200 feet. So we don't know exactly how the design team did that, but we're looking into that. We may, the simplest solution is to install another fire hydrant within 100 feet of that FDC. So we're working through that now to try to figure out what the best solution there is. Just a few milestones. The electrical shutdown was completed last week. That should be the last time we have to shut down the entire building and run on generator. That went well. We had a few minor issues, but Max and his team managed that with the chiller that went down and some other things. The RTUs, or HVAC units 6, 8, and 9 are up and functional. RTU 5 will be operational this week, which helps us with the heat, humidity, and those types of things inside the buildings. County's working with the health department now, trying to set up a meeting to do a soft walkthrough in the kitchen area. During the fire department walkthrough, we did select the locations of all the Knox boxes throughout the building, so when we get an emergency call out there, the fire department has access through those Knox boxes. We're working, the lights in Unit A and B have been completely installed now. Evidence room lockers and the lockers, we did the final walkthrough on that with that company last week for the final field measurements there. Elevator in Building A, we're working on it. Max is working with the sheriff's office on the shooting range and the berms to try to get those restructured. And we can continue to focus on getting that sanitary connection connected to the city. The main holdup there is the sanitary connection underneath the training area, and there's some things that we need to do prior to getting that done. Casework, which is the carpenters, will be in Building B, and they're starting to build the desk and those types of things that are actually going to be permitted in that particular area. We continue to work with IT. We've got a meeting with them this afternoon to try to schedule and figure out what needs to be done to bring the infirmary and the kitchen online. Just a couple other projects. TCP, a letter or email was drafted, I know, by the commissioners. I don't think Auditor Crum has received that yet, but we're just kind of in a standstill with the TCP. Once that letter's done, we can get that project completed. And as far as NeoGov goes, we're still waiting on the funding status for NeoGov for 2025. I'll entertain any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is the ARPA project list.
Flip back to it. There it is.
So the updated lists were based off of conversations that were had during the budget workshops. We're doing a reduction of the county information technology updates and cybersecurity improvements from $350,000 to $343,494.50. Another one of the updates is advanced wastewater generators. It was previously stated that Advance would be reimbursing us $45,000, so that's a reduction down to $87,000. And Molly had stated that they only needed $25,000 for the Advance Ready grant match. Those are the only changes.
Questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, now we'll move on to staff reports, area plan. Here, Max, do you have any more for us? All right. Health Department? We're all good there. Human Resources? IT? And Highway Department?
Item for approval, I'll get a bond release for Trimac Building Services LLC. Its permit bond was $5,000. It was originally submitted in October of 2021, just requesting release. They reached out to us and requested release of that bond.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
That was it.
No way. No way.
Calling back up.
All right. You just set a new goal then.
Yes.
Well, then it makes me afraid. Well, no, it's always good. Elected officials, anyway. Oh, not hearing any of that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm just kidding. Is there anybody elected official? If not, public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to documents.
To ratify, excuse me, payment on the Justice Center project, GM Development Companies. Of course, this comes out of bond, $2,791,803.38, approved by Commissioner Wolf on August 13th.
Move to ratify.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
And then the usual batch of claims, including payroll.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. That's it for that?
That's it.
All right. One more on the list, number 11.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for being here this morning.
That may be a new record.
Yeah,